Good evening, guys, and happy Sunday. Happy Mother's Day to all of your sunshiny faces. Well, guys, we ended up getting some things done, not a whole ton because, again, too, it was Mother's Day. But we ended up, we got up this morning. I ended up making cinnamon rolls. Matthew and Jack ran out to Walmart. Well, Jack was going to, they were gonna go to Walmart to get his new Zelda game. I think they went on Friday. Or maybe it was on Saturday, I don't remember. But they went to go and get the new Zelda game that just came out because Jack wanted that for his birthday. His birthday was like about a month ago. He ended up going to, they went to go and pick it up, but he went to Walmart and Target. They were sold out at both stores. So he ended up ordering it on Amazon. It came today. So he was able to kind of play that because, like I said, it came out, I think it came out on Friday. And so when they went to go and pick it up, it was sold out. So, but they ended up going and picking up cinnamon rolls for my mom because she said that was like the only thing that she wanted. And because we were doing dinner a little bit earlier, she didn't want to do a big breakfast, so they just ended up doing cinnamon rolls. And then that's why yesterday I told you guys we ended up kind of doing a little bit of a bigger, like we ended up doing the bacon and eggs out on the Blackstone, but today she just wanted the what's it called, cinnamon rolls. So we did that. Then me and my dad ended up going to Menards because we went to go and pick up the dirt that we needed to fill in the last vegetable garden bed. So we ended up doing that. So we got that. And then we also ran to Ace Hardware because we had ordered for my mom a offset umbrella for the back behind the garage. We got that for her from the, you know, from like ordered it from Ace. That was what she wanted for Mother's Day for like her big gift sort of. But then I got her a gift too. I shared with you guys when I picked out both of them the what's it called, the necklace that I got her. It was like a mom necklace. It had earrings also, and then that candle as well. So I gave her both of those along with the card that I got her. And then we also ended up, well, we did that before we left. Then we ended up coming back. When we came back, it was kind of drizzling a little bit. So we weren't really able to like work outside. My dad just got the bags like cut open and the dirt like put into the bed. But we didn't end up doing any of the tilling or anything like that because it was kind of rainy. We didn't want to get all the tiller out. But Matthew and Jack ended up putting together the umbrella. The problem is that it's not balanced very well, and it most likely has to be staked into the ground. The problem is that we're doing it behind our garage and we have plastic down and then pea gravel over that, and so if we stake it into the ground, it's going to puncture holes through the plastic. And the only problem with that is that it will wind up causing a lot of weeds to grow through it because then it's down to the soil and there's nothing really protecting the you know, you know, like weeds and stuff like that to come up through the plastic from the dirt, or to, you know, get seeded and then grow and root through the plastic, and then it starts to tear the plastic even more. So the plan was that we're probably going to get like a sandbag maybe, and just weigh it down, and so you know, so it's functional. But right now it is even like not doing much. It's kind of, it's very unstable, I guess. So we need to get a you know, something to weigh it down because, like I said, we're not going to be able to do it you know, behind the garage and stake it. So we got it set up and it's like closed up right now, but we don't have the we can't open it right now until we get that. And then we ended up, so we got that stuff done. Then we ended up coming inside, we ended up just kind of like watching movies with my mom, and then, well, we were kind of watching some TV. Then my dad went and picked up dinner. We ended up getting it from an Italian restaurant. We decided we weren't going to go out for dinner, but instead we were going to just get like a big spread kind of thing, and do it at home. We got a bunch of like appetizer stuff as well. It was like we got mushrooms and bread and like cheese, like not French bread, cheese, like garlic bread, cheesy garlic bread kind of, and then also 2 potatoes and stuffed mushrooms, and I'm trying to think what else. There was also dessert too. There was cannolis and cheesecake, and then also too, though, we did order from Portillo's a chocolate like heart-shaped Mother's Day cake for my mom that we had delivered on Friday. And so we ended up having that. It was kind of supposed to be like the main dessert, but we didn't tell my mom that we had ordered it, but she had hinted at it a couple times. And so then she placed the order for the dinner just because, you know, like she knew what she wanted and what she was going to order from the place. And so when she did, she ended up ordering, I think, like a couple cannolis and, like I said, a couple slices of cheesecake. And the idea was, again, too, we were going to just kind of split it, and she didn't know we got the whole cake. So, and she didn't really let us know entirely what we were getting. She like told us we got, well, everybody got pasta. I think I got regular, just like what's it called, Alfredo, like pasta with Alfredo sauce. Matthew and Jack got it with some type of Alfredo meat sauce, and my mom got it with shrimp, and then my dad got stuffed shells. And so we all got pasta, but she told us about that. She, like, oh, I got a couple appetizers, but she didn't say that she got dessert. So we ended up having kind of a lot of dessert. But the cake, oh my goodness, guys, the cake, I told you guys so many times, I'm not a sweets person. Like, it's just, I can't do much. Like, if something's too sugary, like, I can only eat like little bits of it. But this cake was so good, and it wasn't super rich, but it was still really good. Like, and I still didn't have, I probably could have actually had a bigger piece than I did, and it still probably not have been too much for me, but it was really good. And it was like so moist, and again too, it was like sweet, but it wasn't overpowering, where, like I said, it was just super rich. And even to the frosting wasn't like so sugary, if that makes sense too. Like, it just tasted really good. So we ended up doing that for dinner, and then we ended up, well, I think after that we watched movies. Then my mom wasn't feeling so good, so she went and laid down, and Matthew ended up leaving. Me and Jack were watching Disney movies after that, like we were yesterday night. But it's weird because I was like, oh, okay, well, you know, like everybody's getting ready for bed and going back to school, all this kind of stuff. And I was like, wait a second, Jack, you're not going back to school tomorrow. He's done with school. But he has graduation. His graduation is on Wednesday. So it's a weird, like, middle of the week kind of thing. Like, I honestly want to say, I think my graduation might have been on like a Thursday, or possibly on Friday, honestly. But where they're having graduation is actually, so they did it at the local community college when I graduated, and the same with Matthew as well. However, because the school numbers are getting a lot bigger, they could have limited tickets. They still have limited tickets. You can't bring like 100 family members, but I think it went from, I think originally it was 6 when I was in school, maybe even less than that, maybe it was 5 or something along those lines, and it ended up moving to now Jack has 10 that he can invite. So we have a couple of family that are coming to his graduation on Wednesday, and it's going to be actually at Matthew's college, so he doesn't have to go much of anywhere to you know, go to the graduation. It's going to be literally right down the street for him. So he just has to, you know, kind of, you know, could even take the local school bus to get to, you know, wherever on campus it is. I can't remember exactly, because my mom was like, or Matthew was like, oh, it's probably going to be on the football field. And then my mom was like, no, I don't think that they're having it outside. But I think that weather willing, they'll probably have it outside unless, you know, the weather doesn't, you know, they have to have it inside. In which case Matthew was like, oh yeah, well then it'd probably be in this building. My mom was trying to look for the paper and she couldn't find it last night, so we'll have to double check on that for sure. But we know that we know it's at Matthew's college, and we'll probably maybe even meet up with him and then figure out, like, you know, kind of where to go from there. And like I was saying too, I believe 2 of my aunts are coming with. I'm not sure who all else is, because my mom did end up inviting seeing a few other people as well. But because again too, it's a weird Wednesday in the middle of the week, my mom was like, I don't know how many people are going to be able to drive out there, and especially too, it's like further for, you know, for us it's about 45-minute drive, like it's a decent ways away. So it's, you know, like it's kind of weird to, you know, again, like, well, actually my grandparents I think were going to come, but my grandma is having a like operation, and so they are not going to be able to come. It's actually closer for them than it would be if they were coming out to college out here, where like mine and Matthew's graduation was, and so they but again, they can't come, but it's probably like maybe about an hour or so, an hour and a half maybe, out for them, whereas it would have been like 2 hours for them to come out here, you know, like I said, where the graduation was held for me and Matthew. So or maybe if it's even a little bit longer than that, but like I was saying, it's just a little weird, like the day of the week, and then also to you know, it being further away kind of. So I think as of right now, that's who I know who is coming, and again, to us and everything. But we, you know, we don't have, other than that, there's not anything else for us going on during the week this week that I know of. It's just Jack's graduation. So then his party, he has his graduation party, which I think is in June. I don't think it's right now, but anyways, guys, I went to take a shower and get to bed because I was up kind of early, although I didn't get to too much today. Like I said, we kind of did get some of the stuff done and some of the errands run too today that we needed to. Was just a little bit of a lazier day. We kind of just did stuff, you know, again, my mom wanted to kind of do, and, you know, that kind of thing, watch movies and that stuff, but we didn't do a whole lot of projects. It was just, I went to bed a little late last night and woke up kind of early again today, so I'm a little, like, you know, I'm tired. I was falling asleep during the last Disney movie we were watching. So but as far as like editing and uploading and that kind of stuff today, I didn't really end up getting to any of that either. Just, you know, like, or I did do some dishes, and like Matthew cleaned everything before he left from, like, you know, dinner and breakfast this morning, but so I just really need to like load up and unload the dishwasher. But as far as like really anything today, I didn't end up getting to like my normal kind of chore kind of things that I try and get to every day. But again too, that's why I did dishes yesterday, and a lot of times, honestly, if we're not cooking too much or not dirtying too many dishes, I don't normally end up doing dishes over the weekend. Like, I can get by a lot of times with doing dishes every other day. Some days I have to do it, you know, back-to-back days, but if I'm on top of the dishes, normally a lot of times, unless we do a lot of cooking or baking, it's every other day. If it's just like normal, like 1 day worth of dishes, like, you know, like just making dinner and, you know, just regular, you know, people using forks and spoons and, you know, bowls and that kind of stuff and plates or whatever, I normally sometimes only have to do the dishes like every other day. Again too, if it's a little bit more cooking or we dirtied a little bit more dishes or whatever, then sometimes it's every day. But sometimes I can do 2 loads in 1 day even if I am caught up. But when I'm behind, it seems like I, you know, need to consistently almost be doing a load a day to kind of just stay like getting caught back up with stuff as well. So anyways, so because I did them yesterday, dishes are not really like backed up or anything like that today. I honestly won't even have enough to run a full load by tomorrow, so not getting those done was not big of a deal. And then laundry too, I'm on top of. I got caught back up with all of that over like this week, so I am actually really good as far as that goes. And then uploading and editing too, I normally don't do that really over the weekend at all. It's just if I can get to it, so that's awesome. But again too, we had lots of other stuff going on, projects, Mother's Day, all that kind of stuff, so I didn't really get to any of that. But it's also really cold today. We had the windows open, we closed all the windows because the furnace started going. And so it's cold out today. It was only not even, like, at one point I think maybe it broke 60 degrees, but it was kind of chilly today, and like I said, too rainy. But tomorrow's supposed to be like 77 degrees, so I'm like, great, I'm gonna make sure that I try and get my windows open early tomorrow so I can let in some of the cooler air, and then by the time it gets up to that 77, hopefully it's cool in my room. But it's gonna be weird having the furnace running tonight, and then tomorrow it's gonna be 70, so like almost 80 degrees for a high, and like that's pretty pretty warm. So anyways though, I will see you guys in tomorrow's vlog. If you guys did enjoy today's, make sure you guys give the old thumbs up. If you guys are new, we'd love if you'd subscribe, and I'll see all of your sunshiny faces tomorrow. So bye guys.